things, dude.
Why was he selling these products at a markup to the Koreans?
Because it benefited him. It's money.
Did he
was in a hard
need the money,
situation.
or was it a quick get
course he needed the
No,
money.
he didn't. No, he didn't at all. My dad
Okay,
had a salary and everything. He had a really good
Seriously?
salary. He had a really good
Then
salary.
I
Your
would
dad-
say that was a interpersonally exploitative action.
Okay, but is he bad? No.
You're not saying
he was doing a shitty move.
No. I want to hear from you. I don't want to hear it from whatever your name is. I want to hear it from Sailor. Is he bad? Yes or no?
Okay, I don't.
What does that have to do with it? What does this have to do with
Because
anything?
she was speaking a lot of like manipulation, and the pickup artists are not very good people in the head and all the other stuff. So is his father not good in the head? Is his dad a bad person? Like,
No.
This just seems like a trap question to
Yeah.
further
Okay. So
enhance
I'm not
your
trying to
argument.
trap. I'm not trying to trap question. I'm just saying.
Perspective. I'm not trying to. I don't think he's trying to make
Which
her
is
out to be
fine.
like a bad person or anything.
okay.
Yeah, no.
I feel like he's not trying to force her into an answer. He just
Mhm.
wants her
So-
inside perspective.
All right, my bad then.
Um,
I'm sorry.
Okay. So when it comes to these types of situations, so life is complicated, and what I think we'll have to remember is people can do bad things, but it doesn't mean that they're bad people. And whenever I if one of my friends is doing something that frustrates me, or makes me feel disrespected, I try to say, hey, like, you're acting like a jerk, which is different from saying that you are a jerk. So it's like, I'm saying, hey, I value you, you are my friend, I care about you.
So his
But
action was
this
bad,
hate-
but he
yes.
is not bad.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yes.
What I just said.
Perfect sense. But it's complicated to me. But the only thing, because me personally, I will never do anything like that. And even if I can, I don't know how to sugarcoat, so I'm just gonna say it how it is. Even if I saw the opportunity to where I can fuck somebody over at my own benefit, I wouldn't do it because
An example for you, related to this. So some of you might have heard about this in the news. This happened, I think last year? Okay, so a black kid who was in middle school, he made $1,000 selling laminated N-word passes to his white friends.
That shit was so fucking funny.
Now,
That's hilarious.
the parent, now the kid was adopted by white parents, which probably adds another layer to this. So the parents were like, we took the money from our kid and told him that it's wrong, that even
it
if
was not wrong.
No, I personally agree with you that
Yeah, I don't think that's wrong at all.
Honestly,
No,
that
but
was-
my
that
thing
was
is,
a
my stance on the N word is kind of weird, because I feel like anybody can say it if you could tell me where the word nigga really came from, where it actually came from.
Yeah.
I'll let you say it.
but it's not so much about the who can say the word in this case. It's a case of like
Is it wrong to
honestly,
exploit
it's
it?
just that. It's
Actually,
just the fact that it was
I don't blame the kid. I actually blame the people that were buying the laminated
yes,
N-word
he's-
passes.
Right.
he is exploiting. Yes, he's exploiting the current kind of culture, and it's honestly like it shows.
It's actually pretty
he's
genius.
business savvy. That
What's your
kid's going
definition of
places.
exploitation,
It's
though?
actually
Because
pretty
I feel
fucking
like
genius.
I feel like you call a lot of things exploitation, but by your standard, it seems to be a very low standard of what's exploitative and what is not. I feel like exploitation is overly taking advantage.
Yeah,
of
I was
people.
getting that impression too. Like the way,
Well, it's
whenever
a
she says,
little bit okay. I know exploitative is a
honestly,
little
That's just
harsh.
free market.
yeah, I
That's
think you
just
should
free
use a
market.
different word
maybe
instead of
cashing in on a
exploitation.
trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Thank you.
suppose that's a
thank
little
you.
that's a little bit softer. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you like to use the extreme words, and that gives me the impression that you think those people are horrible.
No, actually, I don't ascribe intent to these types of behaviors. Like, if you look at the clinical definition of a cluster B personality disorder, one of the symptoms is frequent interpersonally exploitative behaviors, which could include anything from attention seeking to borrowing money and then not paying it back, or yeah, like I said, it's a very broad category that has, and the word has negative connotations, but I was not using
for me,
it.
that's a whole lot of negative connotations because I'm not saying anything about you the way you're saying it.
That's fine.
I'm just saying for me, that's kind of an extreme word because when you use that to exploit someone, that's kind of like saying you extorted them. Like for me, exploit and extort, it's one thing. So
okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that is a bit of a harsh word. I will agree with you.
Someone says exploit, they necessarily mean it in a negative manner.
Yeah.
Like it changed
Exploit really isn't that like an extreme of a word. Extort fucking is.
Extort, yeah, I would.
Yeah. Pretty fucking extreme.
Extortion
is applied to other people. Like if you say directly to someone, you exploited me, you exploited that. I just think of human trafficking.
Yeah, that's.
To be honest. Honestly,
yeah.
that's
I guess.
me.
Okay, using. I think would be a better.
Yeah, but that's just how it's painted. But for example, like exploiting a natural resource. No, that's not something that is.
I'm just saying how it was used in the context of the conversation. Not
Yeah.
Alright.
But fucking. Oh my bad. You can talk.
Yeah, and it's tough because I've known people who grew up in really really bad situations, and they had to do awful things to survive that nobody should have to do, and that is why we value people who are able to get out of bad situations so much, because it takes an incredibly strong, patient, compassionate person to, I guess, deal with abuse, neglect, drug abuse, to come out and say, I'm not going to let it break me.
Yeah, I mean,
very rare.
The question in the situation. Sorry, I'm trying. No,
you good.
I was saying, what is bad? I mean, to me, bad is just absence of change, because ignorance, for me, is ultimate bad. Like, my moral compass, I feel like if you do bad things at one point in your life and then you move forward in any sort of positive direction, you're not damned. Sorry, for lack of a better word. You're not bad. You are not a bad person.
Okay.
But I feel like if you're actively making the decision not to change, you're ignorant to better ways, and so you are bad.
So being ignorant to change, I wouldn't say is a sort of bad thing, because everything has this time and place, as you will.
Yeah.
So
no,
like,
but
why
I'm
would
saying,
you?
in the context of if a bunch of people, like, if you keep stealing, and people say it's bad, like, you should know better at that point. That's choosing to be ignorant because you know what you are doing is harmful, and yet you still choose to do harm. That's
right, but like as Taylor said, what if they're in a bad place? What if they're just trying to survive? Like, if they're incapable of changing because of their environment.
Like that.
Right, I get that. But if they're in an environment or in a situation where they cannot change for the sake of surviving, and I feel like I just feel like they're stuck.
Well, a key part of all this is context and background matters. So sometimes I ask a lot of questions from people, and I don't do that to probe and pry, but simply like, I want to be informed. I don't want to be ignorant. So like, I want to get full backup, because, if you know like one crucial detail, it can completely change how you feel about a situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I completely understand with you. Like, one person, it's just we all agree in that moment. I can understand that you agree with me from what you did say that you pointed out. You said, is that then bad because they were put into a bad situation? And I said, extended ignorance is bad. But then the exception is that they are in the bad situation. Why are they doing what they did, and are they in the position to be taught better?
As a motivational speaker myself, is what I'm gonna do with myself when I get out of high school. But I tend to what I'm seeing a lot in a lot of motivational speakers and a lot of politicians and a lot of just people in general. I'm not speaking to any. Well, I am, but I'm really speaking to the people in the audience. I want everybody in the audience to know your favorite word. Your favorite word should be "I don't know." That's
It's
your favorite word.
okay to not know. Okay, that's another thing, like relating to.
And I want everybody in the audience, right? I want them to put their hands in a circle or make a circle with their hands, right? And I want you to look at that circle and I want you to say everything in that circle is what I know. And I want you to look outside the circle.
Yeah, but that's what the
Everything
intent
outside the
to
circle
define that.
is what you don't know.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to realize there's a lot of shit outside that circle. There's a sun outside of that circle. There's a couple of planets. There's a solar system outside that circle. And that's all the shit you don't know. So even if you've been spending your whole life doing something, and somebody in this young ass nigga come at you and try to tell you how to do your job or tell you some information about your job and you've been doing this 30, 40 years and he just started doing it, tell me you don't know and tell him to educate you.
See, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. It's that it's like you're identifying the information that you don't know because you want to know. You want to know better. It's that wanting to know better that not erases the bad, but takes the bad out of a situation or a person. For me, it's that exact thing that just completely clarifies the entire thing. They're not bad to me anymore because they come with the intent of recognizing what went wrong and wanting to know and do better.
And another thing is, you guys, everybody in the audience, you guys need to you guys need to realize what you need and what you want. Like what you want cannot, like when you say you want to be a rapper, what you don't need that. It could come down to a point where you don't need it. And what I mean by that is how to explain it. There's a lot of faults and things that come with being a rapper or things that come with being a businessman, right? So if you want to be a TikTok star, a lot of times what happens with TikTok stars and all these famous people is they get brung up just to get brung down, just to get brung up and just to get brung right back down. It's like they bring you up to kill you just to bring you up again. Right? It's like, hey, we brung you back just to kill your ass again.
Yeah,
Right.
honestly, I'm.
I don't think I have anything to say towards that. Just, pretty much.
No, but it's
But you got to realize the consequences that come with it, right? Every king gets his head cut off. Every single king gets his head cut off. Alexander the Great got his head cut off.
Well, I mean, not exactly, but I get.
We get the
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get the joke.
I mean, that's another thing is so people, so we talk a lot about human rights, but I think we need to talk more about human responsibilities. Rights come with responsibilities. Okay.
Very good.
And this is something that once you start focusing not so much on what are your rights, but what are your responsibilities, that's when you really kind of mature. I think that's when you actually become an adult.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Because that's part of finding like a larger purpose. Well, a lot of people
Yeah.
don't understand, like, when they say you want to follow your inspiration because that's their ultimate happiness, is to follow what makes them inspired and what makes them happy in choosing this career that they don't necessarily need but they want.
Yeah.
Dreams come at a price. There's a lot of hard work and there's also a lot of rights that you have and there's a lot of responsibility. You have the right to do what you think is best for you and to take your, follow your purpose and your passion in life. You also have the responsibility to accept the consequences that come with that choice.
And that's the tricky part, is a lot of these people calling for rights. It's like, well, like the sad thing is that a lot of these people they cannot deal with the consequences of their actions, and they may not even be able to conceive what the consequences are, because you know they say that your brain isn't fully developed until you're 25, and I think there might be some truth to that.
I wouldn't say my brain is developed ever at any point in my life.
Well,
As long
that's another thing.
as long
Well, I
as
mean,
there's
yeah,
things to
there's
learn, and as long as there's lessons to learn and things I should know,
Right.
Yes,
my brain is not developed.
you
Right.
are.
I mean,
You're right.
I mean, like, physically, there is a point in your life where your brain
Yeah.
will be fully developed.
Right,
but I do
anatomically,
understand
yeah.
the
I mean, there's a
concept.
reason why you can't
Yeah,
rent a
yeah,
car until age
definitely.
26. That's why. And sorry,
The reason
men,
why
but
what?
Wait,
you
what?
can't
What'd you
rent a
say?
car until age 26. Yeah.
Oh, rent.
No,
Is it
I
26?
think here it's
Oh,
21.
interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was
Interesting.
Oh,
21.
well,
Where
in
I
the
live,
US.
where I live is 21. Where I live, it's
Okay.
21.
Okay, well maybe they lowered it, but
No, I think that's actually something to do with finance and not your ability to
Oh.
operate a
No,
vehicle.
there's
Because
websites where
licensing
you can
are
just be
different.
18 and you can rent it.
okay. I guess they've changed it, but like
I think it's
And-
commercially. I think it's commercially cannot rent a car.
Commercially, because there's legal,
Yeah.
I'd assume. But
Yeah, and-
I
and
forgot what the website is, but you can rent out.
Yeah,
It's like an Airbnb for cars.
Another thing, and I'm only talking to the people that actually want to open up a business.
Mhm.
Look, I have no keep in mind that I never opened up. Like, I'm 16, but I'm gonna let you guys know right now, to all the people, and I'm mainly talking to the audience. You guys, when you open up a business, you have, like, I don't care what's going on. Pay your people, pay your workers. The money that you get from your business never will go to yourself. It goes back to your business. It goes back to your workers. Even if you can't pay bills, even if your workers living way better than you, and you can't afford to pay your workers the way you are, you must keep paying them the way you are, the way that you've been paying them, even if that means you have to sleep out in the street.
I think this came out of left field. I'm not sure what the.
well, maybe
No, it was
I
just
think it's not be greedy. The lesson there is.
yeah.
No, it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, no, you'd be surprised.
It's more about the responsibility.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
More about the responsibility. I'm sorry if I'm
Human
being too vague.
responsibility. Yeah. No. I get it. It was. was
you're
banking
very
off-
passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I get it.
sorry.
I
I'm
mess
sorry.
with it. I
I
mess
just
with it.
love to have I love having a platform. I love talking to a lot of people, and the reason why I do, because as a black
Get it.
community, as black people as a whole, we don't have a platform of our own, so we rely on the white liberals to speak for us, right? And they
What do you mean, like
and it-
I mean, does Black Twitter not count, or is that just because it's
I
part
mean,
of
I
Twitter?
think that he means that they have an elevated platform, like, and then
Thank
also that,
Thank you.
let's say, just feminism. I'm just gonna
Mhm.
refer to feminism because there's a lot more of this, like, in the media portrayed.
Mhm.
There's a difference between, and especially the Black Lives Matter movement. It's
Yep.
performative activism, okay? Because you
Mhm.
don't have the same, you don't have the ability to do. And I'm talking like this because I'm mixed. I'm mixed female. I'm saying
Mixed,
you don't have the
mixed with
same
what, or like what's your racial
black
mix?
and white, black and white.
Okay,
So I'm saying white people and black people, they can't afford to do the same things. They can't afford to speak the same way. They can't.
Yes,
They
thank you.
can't. They don't have
Thank
the
you.
same
Oh my,
tax bracket. Okay, they're not put on the same pedestal. They're not
oh
looked
my
the same
God.
way. No matter how
Finally,
much you
fucking
want to say that
somebody.
to us, it's just not the same.
Thank
So
you. I've
that's
been.
what
Oh
he's
my
saying.
God. I fucking salute you. You have no. I'm standing up and I'm saluting you right now. Fucking thank you, bro. You the first person that said that shit. You just, the way you worded it was so beautifully. I couldn't even say it better myself.
well then, this is actually something I've been wanting to ask, somebody, because I have in my other Discord server we're a pretty diverse group. We got a couple trans people, gay people, Asian people. We don't have any black people though. So I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, what do you think would most help the black community, the African American
Okay,
community?
so things that, okay, are we talking like the most we can do or the least you guys can do?
I would say,
What's a good start?
yeah.
A good.
What do you think is
I
the
would-
most
I will
important?
start. I will start more on the least that you guys would do, right? So
Mhm.
even though this is an issue across all the board, is mainly an issue in the black community. Well, no, I wouldn't say mainly. It hurts the black community more than it will hurt a white kid, right? And what I'm referring to is giving fathers more rights in the courtroom, right? So
Yes.
if
Yeah.
there's a split up and a
Absolutely.
divorce, the women, like, okay, I'm gonna tell you something my mom did and my dad, right? True story. I'm not bullshitting you guys. My mom, when I was born, my mom kept me away from my dad. My mom blackmailed my dad, say, if you
Why?
don't give me money, listen, don't even. My mom told my dad, if you don't give me money, you're not going to see your son. If you don't give me money, this, that, and the third, and blackmailing him.
It's
Women should
parental
not have that
abuse.
power.
Yeah,
Women should not
we
have that.
spoke on this earlier when we were talking about the whole abortion thing, like the rights that your your parents have over you. For
Right.
women especially, it's just entirely
Come on, let's
overrated.
not choke
You
this.
both work to create that child. This is if you want this to be a two-parent household. It should not matter your romantic relationship. You created another person. Just because it came out of your body does not mean
Yeah,
that you have the power to take them away from the other person they were created unless they're inherently harming them. Like if it's
and,
abusive, like just that,
and
that sort
because
of thing.
because I like talking to the audience more than you guys, I just want to explain why
Oh, it hurts my heart.
whatever. Just because, like I said, and I just want to explain to you guys why it hurts the black community more than it hurts. Well, why would it hurt a
Okay.
black kid more than it hurts a white kid, right? So, there are two different opportunities in it. There are white communities, there are black neighborhoods. There's difference between the two, right? So if you take a father away from a black, not a black kid, if you take a father away from the white kid, you know, he can feel that void. He can feel that loss with things like cricket, fucking swimming, tennis, football, basketball, whatever, right? But when you take a father away from a black kid, right? And this shit happens all the time. I see it happen with some of my best friends, right? They feel the way they feel the void is completely different. See, they go looking for love in the streets, and the streets give them love. They join a gang. It's a brotherhood, right? So I can go over my cousin's house, and they family will feed me. We'll all chill together. We'll all love each other together because we all the same gang. We brothers. That's that fatherly love that we missing, right? And I feel like if you bring the father back into the household, there will be no need to go out in the streets. And if you want to, if there's a kid that just wants to go out in the street, the father should be disciplining his son and be like, hey, this is not the right way of doing it. This is not it.
And I love the way you said that because people always think, well, it is really important to bring the same opportunities that white kids have to black communities.
Yeah, there's not a
Because,
tennis court. I have to go
Yeah.
fucking miles to find a fucking tennis court. Like
bringing those
nowhere
community centers
in my
in
whole
those
neighborhood,
services.
there's no
Yeah.
swim. I gotta go to the white part of my city. I gotta go to where all the white people live to go swimming, to go find swimming trainers and shit like that.
Yeah, and that's really important to bring those same kinds of opportunities to your community and the community of, really black people. Because I was tempted to say all minorities for a minute there, but black people are the most underrepresented because the bias that comes to black people is unprecedented. It really is. And it's because if not me, I feel like
Because we
just
the
the way that
original.
the way that I've seen it, racism for black people, it derives from the opportunities that's been taken from us. It's not as simple as skin color.
Yeah,
Sometimes it
and
is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Sounds
know
like
if
people don't want to
anybody.
do anything about it because it's been so long. Everyone's been desensitized from it, so they don't want to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And
I'm not gonna say this because if I do say this, I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, and it's just gonna be bad. But what I'm gonna say is, white people, they have a survival instinct, and they need to follow that survival instinct. I'm gonna be very vague. Do the biology research yourself, and maybe if you go out there and you do enough research, you'll figure out what I'm talking about. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's survival instinct.
all right. Yeah, that doesn't. I don't know what the hell that means.
Bro, I remember.
I
I've been
don't
looking at.
know
I was looking.
Dude,
I was reading.
trust me, I don't care about your political views and stuff like that. DM me to tell me what that means, and I won't say anything to anyone else about it.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
personally,
Okay,
I
I
want to
don't
know
like.
about it.
I didn't like hearing that personally because I did a report, an entire report on Tuskegee, and if you don't know what Tuskegee was, it was a study conducted in Alabama which actually fostered medical rights, the entire medical rights, because they took these groups of farmers from Macon, Alabama, and they literally experimented on them for syphilis, treated and untreated. They had these people after like years after. Okay, so the people who did this study, they took these farmers from Macon, Alabama. They were illiterate, okay? They could not read. These people don't even know what they were getting into. They promised hot meals, burial service, and medical treatment for syphilis. So they would take them under the guise that they were being screened for syphilis, right? And they have all these people and they say, would you like to enter the study because we'll give you all of these benefits. These people, they can barely read what they're getting into. They were never given any actual contract. They were just verbally told. And the people that were conducting the study, I'm assuming they were all white. There could be a couple of black doctors mixed in,